Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Today, our group will discuss how communication helps build interpersonal relationship among university roommates. Communication is important because it helps individuals develop trust, understanding, and respect through daily interaction. Our discussion is based on social penetration theory by Altman and Taylor, which explain how a relationship develops through self-disclosure and communication over time. To explain the theory further, I would like to invite our first panelist. Please share the theoretical framework of this study.
Thank you, Moderator ADALIA. According to Altman and Taylor, relationship development can be explained through the onion metaphor. Human personality is like an onion with different layers. The peripheral layer contains basic information, the intermediate layer includes personal interests and opinions, and the core layer contains our deepest thoughts and feelings. As relationships grow, people gradually reveal more about themselves through self-disclosure. This involves two dimensions: breadth, which refers to the variety of topics discussed, and depth, which refers to how personal the information shared becomes. Social penetration moves orderly through four distinct stages. First is orientation, where we are polite and guarded. Second is exploratory effective exchange, where casual friendship starts and true personality emerges. Third is effective exchange, a highly intimate stage where we feel safe to critique and share personal struggles. Finally, is stable exchange is reached when communication becomes completely open, honest, and highly predictable. In addition, social exchange theory suggests that people stay in relationships when the reward outweighs the cost. Mutual openness helps build trust while unresolved conflicts may lead to penetration, where the relationship becomes weaker. Now, let us see how this theory applies in a real-life situation. I would like to invite panelists to AINA to present our case study.
Thank you, panelist AFRINA. Our case study focused on two first-year university roommates who share a dormitory room for one semester. Due to the limited space, they interact regularly and had to adapt to each other's habits and routines. The roommate had different personalities. Roommate A was introvert, disciplined, and preferred a quiet environment, while roommate B was extrovert, sociable, and often stayed up late. Their relationship developed through four phases. First, during the initial phase, they were polite and cautious while getting to know each other. Next, in the habit formation phase, communication became more frequent, but some misunderstanding appeared to their different lifestyle. During the conflict escalation phase, academic stress and noise issue caused tension between them. However, in the resolution phase, both roommates openly discussed their concerns and agreed on solutions such as quiet hours and cleaning schedules. Overall, the roommates successfully developed a positive and supportive friendship through effective communication. To better understand how the theory applies to this situation, I would like to invite panelist MUT'IAH to present the critical analysis and application of the theory. Thank you.
Thank you, panelist 2. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. Now, let's take a look to the critical analysis of this case study. Looking at the box 1, weeks 1 and 2 show the orientation stage. Because the room was small, they had to interact, but they stayed in the safe peripheral layer by talking about low-risk logistics like class schedules. At this point, keeping up a public facade and saving face was more important than total honesty. That's why roommate B tried extra hard to be neat and roommate A stayed quiet about the late-night phone use. Moving to box 2, which is from weeks 3 to 7, they entered the exploratory effective exchange stage. The breadth of their communication expanded into the intermediate layer as they talked about campus events, food, and jokes. However, their different habits soon caused irritation. Because the relationship still lacked depth, they chose silent tolerance over arguing, meaning they talked about many things but avoided deep communication. Next, in box 3, week 8 was the major turning point where they reached the effective exchange stage. Mid-semester exam stress triggered an argument. which actually broke down their polite walls to reach the core layer. This conflict forced them to use the law of reciprocity. Once roommate A vulnerably admitted that exam anxiety was ruining their sleep, roommate B immediately opened up about his own academic stress and his struggles adjusting to a quiet room. Finally, in box 4, from weeks 9 to 14, they successfully reached the stable exchange stage. If you look at the side column, social exchange theory perfectly explains this transition. The roommates constantly balance the cost of making compromises against rewards like emotional support and a peaceful room. To prevent deep penetration, where roommates drift apart and become strangers again, they choose to compromise. Roommate B took calls outside, and roommate A let go of minor messes, resulting in a comfortable, consistent friendship. Thank you, moderator. The floor is yours.
Thank you to all our panel members for sharing their valuable insight throughout the discussion. As we come to the end of our presentation, I would like to summarize the key findings and lessons that we have learned from this roommate case study through the lens of social penetration theory. Firstly, although social penetration theory effectively explains how relationships develop through gradual self-disclosure, it has some limitation in today's society. With the rise of social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, people can learn a lot about others before meeting them in person. This means that the orientation stage suggested by the theory may be shortened or even skipped. Furthermore, the theory is mainly based on Western values that emphasize openness and direct emotional expression. In contrast, culture such as Malay culture often prioritize respect, politeness, and harmony before sharing personal feelings. Therefore, cultural and technological factors should be considered when applying this theory. Secondly, this case study shows that a friendship is not formed simply by sharing the same physical space. Although the roommates lived together for several weeks, their relationship only improved when they faced academic stress during their examinations. This situation encouraged them to communicate more openly and share their personal struggles. Through the law of reciprocity, both roommates becomes more willing to disclose their feelings, leading to greater understanding and emotional support. This also supports social exchange theory, which suggests that people maintain relationship when they receive meaningful benefits from them. Finally, the most important lesson from this study is that effective communication plays a crucial role in building strong relationships between the roommates. Sharing a room alone does not automatically create friendship. Instead, trust, empathy, and balanced self-disclosure help individuals develop meaningful connections and overcome misunderstanding. So in conclusion, this case study demonstrates that successful interpersonal relationships are built through communication, mutual understanding, and trust rather than physical proximity alone. By communicating openly and respectfully, individuals can create supportive relationships that contribute positively to both personal and academic growth. With that, we have reached the end of our panel discussion. Thank you for your attention, and we hope this presentation has provided valuable insight into social penetration theory and interpersonal relationship development. Thank you and have a great day.